Quick one. How do people afford to eat nowadays with the price of everything?
So supermarkets keep increasing the prices on a weekly basis.
It's just mental now. Like, the cost of everything is just crazy.
Like, it's just so normalised to go to a grocery store and literally panic every time you go grocery shopping.
This is survival mode. The way this country is going down the shitter, yeah, the price of things is outrageous.
We can't even afford food now. Is it the cost of living or is it the cost of greed?
It's absolutely ridiculous. How are you supposed to like survive?
Well, here I am. And why are the tomatoes £5?
£5 for a multi-pack of beans. What the actual?
Because that is extortionate.
Fucking £10. The cost of living is absolutely out of control at the moment.
At what point are we going to stop calling this a cost of living crisis and start calling it what it actually is?
You guys call it cost of living crisis all you want. I'm calling it cost of greed crisis.
So they keep calling it a new cost of living crisis. How can it be new when we never got out of the old one?
Because I'm watching families struggle and cut back, but you know what big supermarkets and companies have done? They have announced record profit.
Do the math. It's not nothing. This country is outrageous.
Where's it going to be in the next 5 years if we carry on like this? It is just getting silly. Somebody needs to step in.
And it's literally going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And I don't want to sit here and be like hopelessness, but it's not going to get any better.
Our energy bills are just going up and up and up. Our rent prices are soaring. No one can afford to buy a house. They're not paying us enough. But it's the cost of living. No, it's the cost of bloody greed. It's the cost of greed. We're going to have a spike in food prices, they're projecting, by November. We can't even afford food now. Is it the cost of living or is it the cost of greed? Because corporations, people at the top, billionaires, they're taking the mick out of us. They're having a jolly. It's time for us as a society to talk about it, be honest about it, use our voices, and not just sit there and take it. Because if we don't use our voices, we don't speak up, these things just get worse and worse, right?
I'm sorry, but when did a monthly food shop for 4 people, well, it's no 6, sorry, if I count the 2 babies, but since when did that cost only £400? Like, that is my trolley. And that was £400. Like, what the actual fuck?
Quick one. How do people afford to eat nowadays with the price of everything? I've just gone into a shop to get a pasty and they want £4.50 for a pasty. Well, guess what? I walk straight out because I cannot afford £4.50 for a pasty. I've got kids, I've got a car.
At what point are we going to stop calling this a cost of living crisis and start calling it what it actually is? A load of crap. Because I'm watching families struggle and cut back, but you know what big supermarkets and companies have done? They have announced record profits. Record profits. Make it make sense. I'm not saying businesses shouldn't make money, but don't tell people to budget better. Meanwhile, corporations are having their best years ever.
This is survival mode. The way this country is going down the shitter, yeah, the price of things is outrageous. How come, yeah, some frozen strawberries covered in chocolate in Aldi are £3.49? I did pay for them this time. I've never paid for them before, but I did pay for them this time. And honestly, I was outraged. It's just a joke. It's getting worse. Like, I just got 1 bag of food, yeah, and within that bag of food I got a pack of mince, a big pack of chicken, like 4 pieces, I think they are, 4 chicken breasts. Not for me, obviously. 2 Greek yogurts, some barely any fruit, 1 avocado, 1 cucumber, and in total some treats, yeah. Do you want to know how much it comes to? This hasn't even got 1 dinner in it, you know. £45. £45! This country is a disgrace. Like, £45? The average person would have to work 4 hours to pay for 1 bag of snacks, you know, and a pack of chicken and mince. That's literally it. That's all I got. They ain't no toilet roll, they ain't no household items, they ain't no pasta, no carbs. They ain't you didn't get a fucking full meal. I just got a few things that I needed and it was £44. The average person is on minimum wage. Do the math. It's not nothing. This country is outrageous.
So they keep calling it a new cost of living crisis. How can it be new when we never got out of the old one? The headlines moved on. Politicians said things were improving, but the weekly shop's still so expensive. Rent is ridiculously high and energy bills are absolutely brutal. People are still having to fill the gap with credit cards, buy now, pay later and loans every single month. The thing about debt is that it builds up so slowly that you don't notice it's a problem until it's already a problem. It's not one big decision that puts you in debt, it's a load of small ones like a direct debit here, a missed payment there, until one day you're paying all these minimum payments and none of the balances are moving. That's not a failure from you. That's what happens when the cost of living outpaces everything else for years at a time. But there are real legal ways out of it. Have a look at the link in our bio.
I cannot be the only one that thinks that life in the UK now is just getting fucking ridiculous. Like, food shopping is costing above and beyond, and that's even with reducing the things that you're wanting to get. You know, petrol costs an absolute bomb. We looked to go on holiday the other day as well. Holidays just to like Canary Islands and stuff are costing an absolute fortune on ones that I've gone on before and only paid, you know, like probably like a grand and a half less. It's just mental now. Like, the cost of everything is just crazy. Like, me and my wife are looking to get a house and stuff like that, and we're looking and we're just like, oh my God, like, it's honestly mental. Like, even when we do get the house, your standard of living is just going to be pish. So, yeah, I don't know if any of you lot feel the same way, but I just feel like nothing's getting better. Everything just keeps going up all the time.
I just find it so crazy how it's basically normalized at this point to literally just do your job, pay your bills, and barely be able to save at the end of the month. Like, it's just so normalized to go to a grocery store and literally panic every time you go grocery shopping because everything's just so fucking expensive, and every time you go to the shop, everything's just like doubled in price. I was having a conversation with my sister and I was just saying, like, I'm so fucking upset that I can't spend the money that I want to spend on my family because everything, like, just surviving is so fucking expensive. Like, yes, like, I am not as poor as some people, that I know some people are literally struggling to even, like, exist. I'm getting by paycheck to paycheck, and it's insane how normalized it has become. That we spend most of our lives working and all we are doing is surviving. We're not doing anything. We're just literally surviving. Like, most of us can't even afford to buy a fucking shitty flat, for fuck's sake. Every year, electric goes up, everything goes up, everything but the salary, and I'm just like, it's so fucking normalized. And it's literally gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. And I don't want to sit here and be like hopelessness, but it's not gonna get any better.
So this isn't one of my usual videos. However, I've just come out of Tesco's. I've got eggs, fries, 2 ibuprofens, and some bread. Fucking £10. The cost of living is absolutely out of control at the moment. And to top it off, I've been eating the £2 packet of chicken for Tesco's. It's about 240 grams. I've been eating it for about 10 years. Go in there today, 160 grams, £2.50 on club card. What do you mean on fucking club card? £3 otherwise. Honestly, I think I would rather smoke fucking crack.
So supermarkets keep increasing the prices on a weekly basis. I mean, somebody said to me the other day, they paid an extra £18 within a week for the exact same shop. I got a Tesco shop 7 weeks apart online, the big shop, and it was £50 more than the previous one, and it was the exact same shop. Actually, no, we deleted a couple of items as well. That is an increase in 7 weeks. Where's it going to be in the next 5 years if we carry on like this? It is just getting silly. Somebody needs to step in, because Tesco's alone made 800 million in profits 1 year, and now it's 3 billion. 3 billion in profits, and they keep saying, oh, they keep putting the prices up because of the cost of fuel, the cost of living crisis, and the Iran war. They just blame everything else just to price gouge. They're just taking the piss. Same with the gas and the electricity companies. Somebody needs to step in now, because people have had enough. They can't afford to get the shopping in. Somebody said they bought 1 bag of shopping, it cost 100 quid. And it's like, for the stuff they bought, it's mental. People can't even buy treats anymore for the kids. But hear me out on this. Somebody that used to work for Tesco's, not stacking shelves, used to be at management level, commented on my last video, and he said he used to work there, And they used to have meetings about putting the prices up, and they'd be laughing about putting the prices up because the general public don't even notice the price increases, and people have got more money than sense, and they'll just keep putting the prices up, as well as people can't be arsed shopping anywhere else, so they'll just use Tesco's because they've got the club card and people think they're getting a bargain. Basically, they're relying on the general public to be stupid and not notice the price increases. That's coming from someone that used to work there. And it's like, what, 3 billion last year in profits? Used to be 800 million. But yet they're blaming the Iran war and fuel costs and everything else for the price increases. It's bullshit. Especially when people are saying that used to work for Tesco's. People, we need to shop somewhere else, because it's not just Tesco's. Asda's at it, Morrison's at it, they're all at it. They all piss in the same bucket, like the politicians that need to step in and sort this shit out because it's getting out of hand now. Would you agree?
So I'm in Tesco. Please tell me why I just saw this. £7 for Sensodyne toothpaste. And I say this as a Sensodyne user. I know the price of this thing. It was in a Tesco Express, and normally if you go like Tesco Express or something, it'll be like £4 something. Normally in a normal shop, it'll be like £3 something, but I only get it when it's on offer. It's like £2 something. £7. This is now a luxury item. £7. They need to be selling this at Harrods, because this is a common Tesco Express and this is a common toothpaste.
You know what's so fucked up, yeah? Like the main big supermarkets in the UK, they're making like billions in profit, and you go and do your shop and then they ask you to like give towards charity. And I'm thinking, bitch, why don't you give towards charity? You're making billions of profit a year and you're asking for people that work hard to give money to charity. Like, get a fucking grip. What the actual hell's going on?
You guys call it cost of living crisis all you want. I'm calling it cost of greed crisis. A few weeks ago I was at Tesco's and I'd done a food shop that come up to about £70. Tell me why 2 weeks later I've done the same food shop, except I've taken out a few items and it's come up to £120. That is a £50 difference. It's actually insane. This isn't cost of living crisis. This is cost of greed. These supermarkets are taking a piss.
Serious question here, right? Who the fuck shops at Sainsbury's? And if you do, you probably need your head testing. Why does Sainsbury's think it's on par with fucking Waitrose and Marks and Spencer's, yet it's got nothing to offer? There's no fucking Percy Pigs. There's no nice deli counters. There's no nice fucking cookies. You're just absolutely shit and overpriced. Like, Sainsbury's is on par with Tesco's and Asda, if not worse. There's nothing wrong with Tesco and Asda. I love shopping there. However, Sainsbury's, just a fucking rip-off. Went in there just to get some hairspray for my hair, obviously, and £8.50 for a tin of hairspray. I was just like, nah, I'm not a fucking cheapskate, but I know my fucking worth, and I'm not paying that for hairspray. Went into Asda around the corner, £4.24, not even an offer. Like, Sainsbury's, you're like the Karen of the fucking supermarket world. You're like that woman who lives on a council estate, but she's got the nice house on the corner and thinks she's better than everyone. I'm from a council estate, so it doesn't fucking matter. But honestly, Sainsbury's, sort your shit out, you wank.
This cost of living crisis is really, really getting on my tits now. And I say now, it's not that I've only just noticed it, but I'm a very laid back person and I'm not very inquisitive. I sort of just think, meh, it's happening. We're all in it together, what can we do? Now I'm fuming. Nothing specifically has happened, but I just feel like you breathe in and some bastard pops up like, well, that was actually premium oxygen, so £10, please. Why is everything so expensive? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Because we're all just cracking on, but what are we going to do?
Who the fuck is paying 60p for a carrier bag from Co-op? Because that is extortionate. Extortionate. Like, what happens 10, 20p? The fuck? No, it's now 60. I was like, nah, I'm good, you know. I've got the bottom of the pushchair for free. I was just being nice and couldn't be asked for it underneath. But forget that. Do you know what I mean? 60p for a fucking carrier bag. I got a cupboard full. I wasn't even expecting to work out a carrier bag full of stuff from the shop. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, wild times in 2026. 60p for a carrier bag. Absolutely not. That's ridiculous. Also, can anyone else not wash up without absolutely taking herself? Because it's every time. Every time I wash up. Love you, bye.
Remember when baked beans used to be a staple, they used to be cheap in your house? Remember, have a look at this. £5 for a multi-pack of beans. What the actual? £3.25 for some of these like microwavable ones. What? If you haven't got a Nectar card, it's £1.40 for a tin of beans. A single tin of beans, mate. I know I'm always on here ranting about the prices of things, but I can't quite get over how much beans have went up. Bloody beans. Remember, if you had any money, you would have a tin of beans with some toast and you would fill your belly. Now, you need a friggin' mortgage for a tin of beans in this hoover and play. Also, a cheeky free bent arse used to be a cheap tea, didn't it? £3.10. Are you joking me? What? A tin of Spam, £3.50. This food used to be like cheap food that we used to have in. If we had any money, you used to have Spam, you used to have dentists, you used to have beans, and it used to cost hardly anything. What in the cost of living crisis is happening? Honestly, I know things are going up, but I can't keep up with it. It is knocking me bad. Honestly, I didn't even want to give them me money. But we need to eat. I'm not going to eat any of this stuff, but I'm just like, I don't get it. Sainsbury's, I know it's not just you. I know it's all over the show. But how are we eating that? A few weeks ago, I talked about this one. Have a look again. Nescafe Gold Blend, £8.35 if you haven't got a Nectar. Even with Nectar, £6.75. What? I just... Even for the shitty Nescafe Original, £7.75. £7 for this little one. £7.75 for this massive one. How are we... See, I lie down after this. I can't even have a cup of tea because it's too bloody expensive to calm myself down. What the hell? It's just, I just can't get over it.
Right, I'm fucking livid. Just been up the shop, right? I do a bit of cake making. I've been doing it for the past 6 years, which this year it's ending. Fucking finito. It's not profitable. I don't know if any of you bakers feel out there, but oh my life. She asked me for this cake. She's paid good money for it, which I'm not going to grumble, but she wanted some like white chocolates on top and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Asked for this, that and the other. Just been in the local bleeding shop. Look at this. £3.29 for a bag of fucking Maltesers. £3.25. Kids have got no chance these days, neither have parents. I mean, at the end of the day, you know how much parents are going to have to start giving pocket money to kids? What, 50 quid a fucking week? Jesus Christ. Anyways, I'm just beside myself. I don't know what to say. I really don't. It's just ridiculous. I mean, what? I mean, half the stuff in there, I mean, half of it's fucking air. Look, there's about that many Maltesers in there. You want fucking gold for that price. Gold-plated ones. Anyway, fucking jeez, I don't know what to say. I'm so annoyed. But yeah, all these people, I mean, I've had people in the past asking me for a bloody cake and with all singing and dancing decorations on it and wanting to pay like 30 quid. It's like, what? You're just fucking having a laugh. That's why I'm giving it up. Anyway, all I can blame is Jamie Oliver for his fucking sugar tax. Yeah, it's got to be him, the twat. Anyway, I'm going. My brain's been disengaged from my mouth, so I'm off. Ta-ra.
Good evening, everybody. I was just in the shop before. I was getting a few little bits that I needed, and you know what? The price of food is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I don't eat, you know. Do I eat breakfast? Sometimes. It depends if I'm hungry or not. I only eat when I'm hungry. But ideally, we're supposed to have breakfast, lunch, dinner or supper, whatever way you call it. I call it supper. And how's that possible? How's it possible to eat healthy, eat food that's going to be good for our insides when everything is so expensive? Like, I'm finding myself going to the shop almost every day. Like, I can get in a load of shopping and 2 days down the line, I'm out again for more bits. Because you can't afford now to get everything that you need. You can't afford to get everything. So you're getting all the important bits that you need. And then your thoughts are in your head is, right, next week I'll pick that up, or I'll pick this up another couple of days when I manage to scrape the money together for it. It's absolutely ridiculous. How are you supposed to like survive? Like, I just feel sorry for the people who are really, really, really struggling, and you know, the people who ain't good with money, And you know, people say, well, how can you know, you've got to be very clever at money, but some people don't know how to balance money. Some people just don't know how to do it. You know, it's just how they are. And I just feel sorry for, you know, like, it's not just that. It's just ridiculous. You know, even these cheap supermarkets now that was once cheap is the same price as the big shops with all the big brands in them. It's ridiculous. It really is. Like, when's the prices going to stop going up? Like,
guys, I'm not going to be able to afford to live soon with these fucking food shopping prices. Every time I nip out, it's 58 quid. £58 in the Aldi for one bag. Well, one bag. Couldn't afford another bag. So everything's just a bag and everything fucking round the car. But how nice are these? Has anyone ever had them? Yogurt flavoured mini rice cakes. Layla and Phoebe love them. So I thought I'd pick some up for myself. Fucking gorgeous. And I seen this in the special buy. It was with the piri piri style sauce granule mix. Doesn't that look nice? I'm gonna have it with these. Don't know why I'm fucking showing you everything, but hang on. I've got 2 packets of this chicken skewers, so I'm gonna have that tomorrow with that. Them 2 and some chips and some salad. But yeah, honestly, fucking hell, I won't be able to afford to live soon. There might not be no fucking Christmas hauls this year. Oh, and my fucking car fucking failed its MOT this morning for the fucking... I'm in Mike's car for a frayed seatbelt there, because it's got like a fucking pull on it. Fucking bastards. Look at the way I'm even dressed. I look like I'm disowned. I don't look like I've got a family. I look like when you was a kid and your mum used to ask you to help bring the fucking shopping in.
I know there's a cost of living crisis going on and the supermarkets keep putting the prices up whenever they fucking feel like it. But hear me out on this one. So we do Tesco's online shop because I don't like going out into the supermarket because there's a lot of people there that have no common sense and they do mind knowing. So we do the Tesco's online shop. Now, you know, if you do it yourself, anybody on here, that you can add your previous order to your shopping list because you get pretty much the same stuff. So you literally add a couple of bits or delete a couple of bits that you don't need, and you can have it done in 5 minutes. And it's so much easier than going to the bloody shops and less stressful. And I've just done the online shop for Tesco's. This is 7 weeks from previous when we last did it, yeah? 7 weeks. I know we do bits and bat shops in between. So obviously it's not 7 weeks we go without going for a shop, but hear me out. So 7 weeks ago, it was £131 was our shop, okay? For the exact same shop, this had just added from the previous one we did. 7 weeks later, £181.60. So that's 50 quid more for the same shop that we got 7 weeks ago. What the fuck, Tesco's? That is taking the fucking piss. We get everything in the club card prices, and we got club cards, so obviously we get all that discount too. So explain that. 50 quid in 7 weeks. That's fucking mental for the same shit. Actually, we deleted some stuff as well. We didn't need any bleach this time, and a couple of other bits and bobs. There's no alcohol in there too, that's just food. Make that make sense. Fucking mental.
This is just breaking, but inflation has dropped to 2.8%, and the government are acting like this is a relief, like something that we should be celebrating, but don't. Because every single economist is already saying this is as low as it will get this year. It's not a recovery by any stretch, it's the calm before the storm. And here's what they're not leading with. Diesel just hit $1.90 a litre. Petrol is already at a fresh high this week alone, 158 and climbing. That's not just your fuel though, because it affects every delivery, every supermarket run, every product on every shelf. It all gets more expensive, but it takes time for this to phase in. The Iran war isn't slowing down, although Donald Trump has declared victory like 10 times. Oil supply is being squeezed globally. And this is having a huge impact, and it will continue to have a huge impact until it stops. The cost of making the stuff is up about 7.7% in a single year. That pain has not hit the shopping baskets yet, but it is coming. The Food and Drink Federation, an actual industry body, has warned that food inflation could reach 10% by the end of the year. Think about what that means. Chocolate, meat, basics, all the stuff that you would get on an average food bill of around 100 quid is going to be £110. by December. And the chief economist at KPMG has said 2.8% is likely as low as it's going to be this year, because they're projecting 4% inflation by the end of 2026. Let me take another step back and go, if you've money in a savings account right now, getting you between 3 and 3.5%, which is probably as good as you can get, inflation's going to beat that. Meaning, if you put £100 in, you're going to get £3.50 back at the end of the year. But it's worth £4 less, so you're down money. If people don't understand how inflation works, it's a silent killer. But don't worry, we've got Rachel Reeves, thank Christ for Rachel. What she is saying is, look, I'm thinking about cost of living support, which means the government already knows what's coming and they're bracing for backlash effectively. It's the same thing as we'll give you money for towards your heating and we'll not take 5p duty. It's just headlines. It's just guff. All you can do right now is if you're on a variable energy tariff, try to lock in something. Number 2, buy bulk, non-perishable food items right now while it's relatively low. I know it seems ridiculous to do that, but trust me, if you can use something every day, you might as well buy it right now because it will become more expensive. And number 3 is build a 3-month cash buffer. You should have this at all times. It allows you to have flexibility when things get tough. The headline says inflation fell, but the real story is that the worst is still ahead of us. So make sure you give us a follow because I'll keep you up to date on everything.
Don't go to Tesco's, they said. Come to M&S, they said. Well, here I am. And why are the tomatoes £5? For 8 vines of tomato. Are you actually serious? £5, they said. Come to M&S, they said. £2.50 for rocket leaf. 6 apricots. £4.25. You can actually get a meal deal in Tesco's with this, which is even diabolical in itself. I don't care what sunset cherries you're giving me, £5. And they probably don't even taste sweet. I literally just counted 7 strawberries. Not even 10 strawberries. A family will probably have to get 6 of these to even feed 3 people. I love cream caramel. I went to pick it up and there's only 2 for £3.40. So these are the eggs that I usually get in Tesco's for £3.65. They're £4.25 here for the exact same eggs. 6 as well. Not even 10. So this is probably going to be like £100. Oh my God, I don't want to cry. No, that's ridiculous. No, honestly. I don't want to cry. Why is that £100? I don't care if I'm in M&S. I barely got a meal and fruits. I thought it was more. I couldn't believe it when my mum said she put the shopping on the table and this was all of the stuff. M&S will not be seeing me again.
The cost of living these days. Now I don't know about you, but everything costs a bloody fortune now. I've got my own plumbing business. Fittings are costing a fortune. Food's costing a fortune. Petrol, diesel's costing a fortune. And it's absolutely scandalous. A few years back you'd come out the supermarkets with a bag of shopping, 20 quid, 30 quid, but now it's 50, 60 quid. And you're hardly getting anything to show for it. And I wanted to come on and do this wee post now. I didn't know much about statistics and facts, but surely these big supermarkets can drop the prices of basic food, bread, milk, eggs, fruit and veg. Surely they can drop them down so people could afford them. Now these companies must be making millions of pounds a year on profit, and you're not telling me that they can drop down these basic foods so that people can afford them. And again, it's like the petrol and the diesel. We had the crisis a few months back, and the next day these petrol stations are doubling their prices nearly, and they're just taking the piss. And you just feel sometimes that the UK is screwing us. So I wanted to come on here just to find out if you had the same views as me. Could these supermarkets really drop the prices and make food more affordable? And I don't actually think the government have a say on it. They've talked about maybe speaking to these supermarkets to put a price cap on some of the foods, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen or no. So I'd love to hear your comments on this view. The cost of living. Could these supermarkets drop the prices so people could afford more food at a more valuable price? Leave me a wee comment. Thanks for watching, guys.
Guys, how can I go to my local co-op, yeah? And I was like, you know what, yeah, let me get some lemsip because my throat is actually like done out here. Like, it's actually like I'm in dire pain right now. Like, even speaking, that is paining me. But I have to come and speak about this injustice, right? I go there, tell me why. Simple lemsip, £7. 7 bumper pussy ass Clark pounds, guys. £7. Like, do they want more to die? £7 of this economy for what? 10 lemon flavored paracetamol sachets. That's what I'm paying 7 bumper pussy Clark pounds for. Hey, if my throat was not like, because the only problem is like lemsip actually like relieves my, like whenever I have a sore throat, it relieves it, and I'm actually in dire pain. Hey, while I day, £7. But back when it used to be £5, £4, I was still clutching at my pearls. I was like, this is too much. Now £7. Are you guys crazy? And before you guys say, why don't you just get the supermarket brand? They didn't have. Me out of bottle. They didn't have. And I'm making joke like this might seem like funny or whatever, but like this is actually a serious topic that we need to discuss.